Sir, why these Indians made investments in foreign companies?
See, this is happening not now, right from the independence day onwards. People were not having confidence on Indian independence. In 1947, when India became independent, many people were not having, rich people,
Yes.
those are having heavy investments or high, what we will call rich people, they were not confident about that Indian independence will continue, because after so many years of struggle,
Right.
thousands of, nearly 1200 years,
Yes, sir.
may not continue as an independent country. So, they invested their money, means gold, jewelry, whatever the money they have invested in countries where it is where Britain, maybe you can say safe haven, tax haven countries. We can say tax haven countries, Switzerland, like that. And another reason for this one is tax effect. At the time, in the 1970s, the tax rate was 65%. If you earn 100 rupees, you have to pay 65 rupees to the tax. And another was wealth tax was there. All these taxes made them to pay around 75 to 80%. So, people said, no, instead of disclosing this and paying the taxes, we will invest their illegal money. So, that made them to deposit in foreign countries. But after P.V. Narasimha government in 91, the rates, all the rates reduced to 30%, international globally accepted rates 30%, effective rate comes to only 20% only. And even after that, people are investing in other countries, means there is something suspicion.
Okay.
The rate of interest, the rate of tax is same all over the world.
Of course.
But again you are investing in foreign countries. There is some suspicion.
Catchy.
Yes.
Sir, how these incomes earned outside the India can be brought to India?
See, what will happen is, suppose a person deposits in outside the country, he gets interest income. To get the money back to India, means income or investment, to come back to India, he has to get the permission from the Reserve Bank of India. And the other countries also, other countries regulator, Reserve Bank of India or Federal Reserve Bank, has to permit them to withdraw the amount and come back to it. And a person who working as employment in other countries, he wants to send money, that will be easy, but he has to go through the process of permission from that government's regulator and also this government's regulator. This government regulator is very normal, it may not be that much, because foreign money is coming, taxpayer money, this government will invite it actually.
Of course.
But it wants to know the source also, so that illegal money should not come to India.
Yes, sir.
So, the source also it should be there, and that person who is can send money easily, it is not a problem.
Okay. Sir, what are the sources for deposits in foreign country?
Generally, I told earlier, the tax was one of the reason for depositing. But now, after the regulation of regulated tax rates, people are investing, means the source may be wrong.
Yes.
The source, they may not be willing to disclose the sources, maybe illegal sources or anti-national sources or maybe immoral sources.
Of course.
So, these things they want to disclose. So, they kept money outside the country, maybe through Hawala routes or some other illegal routes also, money laundering, that is called money laundering.
Yes.
Prevention of Money Laundering Act comes and protect these transactions. But taxation is not going to affect them, but this is the nature of transaction is making them to invest in other countries.
Sir, what is the legality of deposits received back from foreign countries?
I told you earlier, the person who is sending money from India, from outside country, cannot be treated as that it is legally only. Suppose a person going there for a salary of 10,000 rupees, he is sending 5 lakhs, how he can send that? He is earning 10,000, he is sending 5 lakhs, how he is sending? Means he is doing something else there.
Yes, sir.
We should know that this is the person, the government should know what is his source of investment income and how much he is sending, and how maybe sources may be wrong, and the purpose also may be wrong here.
Of course.
So, the person may be using for some other purpose, yes. Maybe anti-national or drugs, some illegal business, arms transportation, that may be used. So, we have to know both the sources of income and also usage of purpose also.
Maybe
that should be regulated, and that should be the control of the Home Ministry, that will be generally controlled by Home Ministry, FCRA, Foreign Contribution Regulation Act. So, that covers all these activities.
Sir, how the deposits can be received back?
I told you earlier, this can be received back with the permission of the that government, government where the deposits are there, and also with generally our government will accept it, but the only thing is it should not be, they should declare that it is not from illegal source. If it is illegal source, criminal case will be at that country, and that will be restrict them to take criminal actions against those countries. Suppose recently happened cases are, there are some bank employees who has done something wrong in the countries where, in foreign countries, the money came back, they also transferred from that country to here, but when the wrong activity has noticed by those countries, they have taken action against the employees, and they will call back, criminal proceedings are initiated against these employees, those countries. So those nations, local rules and regulations, local acts, local regulators action will take action against anything wrong activity done by the employees or citizens residing there.
Yes, sir. How to convince the countries not to accept deposits from illegal sources?
Yes, this is generally bilateral agreements between the two countries. Generally, all these every country will have enter into agreement with other countries to carry on their commercial activities, or what we will call any survey investments, anything mutual understanding. There will be a clause, general clause, double tax and avoidance agreement. In that, the general clause will be there that the money should be comes to that country should not be from illegal source. Now, recently the government has entered into, all the governments globally accepted that all these countries should be global agreements. It is not that now bilateral, it will be global agreements.
Okay.
So that once a nation signs there, all the global countries have to follow the rules.
Yes, sir.
So this is global has become a new concept, and many countries are accepting this global, that it should not be illegal activity, should not be allowed in any soil of any country. No country wants that illegal, it should be a heaven for illegal activities. And maybe some countries, they want to avoid the tax, but not illegal activities. Yes. Switzerland, we can say Switzerland, that may be, anybody can deposit illegal or legal money, anything that. But in other countries, see, they may not, they don't encourage illegal activities.
Yes, sir.
Now, even Switzerland also came to the understanding that we don't accept any illegal money also.
So, rule is rule,
rule is rule for all global countries.
Yes, sir.
So, every time new countries are joining in the global agreements, and they are becoming part and parcel of exchange of information.
So
no
illegal sources,
no illegal source will be allowed now. No illegal source will be carried on, allowed to be carried on, and funds transfer also will not be allowed.
Okay.
Once if a crime is committed in one country, it will be known to all the countries, and information will be spread, and he will be acted upon in any country.
Yes, sir.
The global agreements are coming into picture now.
Yeah. Sir, is that necessary that foreign countries should share the details of deposits held?
Yes, that is what I said. Global agreements are now, one condition is that the sharing of information about the deposits and depositors' source, all these things will be shared among all the countries, so that it will be easy to locate, and it is easy to what we will call if it is illegal or if it is
it will become
anti-national. In one country, it should not be permitted in another country. All should be come out, and it should be punished in the respective country wherever he stays.
Yes, sir.
Just like now people are going away from India, so that we can avoid the proceedings.
Yes, sir.
But even the global agreement is entered, means there also the proceedings will continue.
Yes,
there is no escape for anybody except leaving the world.
Yes, sir. Correct. How to collect tax on deposits received back?
There is no tax on deposits received back, because the country where he earns income, he pays the tax there.
Yes, sir.
So it is already tax paid money. Generally, all development agreements and double tax and avoid agreements will have the tax protection concept. So that once you paid the tax in one country, you need not pay tax in other country.
Oh.
Mutual agreements.
Yes, sir. Yes.
And one person who earns income and pays tax there, and he brings money to other country, he need not be levied for any tax, except the income earned on that investment. He may be liable to pay tax in this country. So there is no, for a transfer of funds, he may not be able to liable any tax payment.
Sir, how to act against illegal deposits held in foreign countries?
That I told you earlier. Illegal deposits, first we have to establish that it is illegal deposit.
Yes, sir.
And deposit from illegal sources, that should be first established. and then the place of deposit.
Yes, sir.
And these two things should be established. It is very difficult earlier because of information was not available. Now information is being shared by among all the countries. So it is possible that one illegal deposit may be known to other countries, I told earlier, that may be acted upon. Even the country also will not accept deposits if it is from illegal sources.
Yes, sir. Sir, how to inculcate fear concept, stringent action against illegal depositors?
I told you earlier, see, once people feel that the depositor should not feel that once he deposited money in tax haven countries or these other countries, he is protected from all the proceedings. Should have fear that I have my money in other countries is not safe, and I may be face criminal proceedings or legal proceedings against that in that country or maybe this country also. So that is fear concept. For a rich person, he need not be physically hurt. Psychological pressure itself is sufficient to make him to fear concept.
Yes, sir.
So that fear itself will make him to disclose everything and to pay the taxes, to face the consequences, legally or criminally or financially, taxation also.
Yes, sir. Sir, how to protect the honest legal business income earners from stringent actions?
Yes, I told you earlier, we should first find out whether it is a legal income or illegal income. Second, his activity is permitted or prohibited. If it is permitted, he should be protected, he is honest, and if he has paid tax, all compliances, he should be protected. Means every country should protect the honest and punish the dishonest. Those two things should be the policy of every government, maybe regulator, maybe government, everything. Punish the wrong, protect the right.
Right.
So this should be the concept of all countries. Every countries are following like that, and within next 10-15 years, globally it will be accepted and it will be followed, implemented, and it will give future of economic development very fast.
Yeah, done.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.